territory of the Catawba Native people here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And for all of my ancestors that work this land and work so many lands of the people, wherever we're sitting, we know that they're holding us in all their good intention and care of this nature. And just this beautiful time to look at this 100-year anniversary. And it just reminds me, you know, I was born and raised in South Central Los Angeles. I was thinking this morning that my mother and we went to church at El Bethel Missionary Baptist Church right there on 116th and Avalon. I think it's still there. My mother played the piano. We all sang in the choir, all 6 of my sisters, and we don't know what my brothers were doing, but we were all having a good time. And grew up on 43rd between Hooper and Ascot, and so this is very much a return for me. I mean, this was in the 40s when I was born, but it's really we see these generational transformations. We're celebrating 100 years of the Tulsa. The destruction of Black Wall Street there. And, we've seen a lot of debilitating systemic racism that has impacted our communities. And still we rise. We have to ask ourselves, how is it that our ancestors managed to do what must be done in the crazy times and these warped times that were then and now in some ways, How did they navigate this dynamic between dominance and subordination, corruption and innocence, purity and savagery, wisdom and irrationality, benevolence and wickedness? The threat of outsider and who we consider to be neighbors, the tension between distance and intimacy within our own families, not to mention in our communities, and just to navigate a sense of social receptivity and force, the force of us, our communities being forced to a certain form of oppression. What does that do to the heart and mind? And how do we navigate those winds of change and systemic forms of oppression and continue to do the work that must be done to lift up our hearts, to remember our power, to remember our strength, to remember how much we deeply know how to love? So I want to talk just a little bit about a practice around equanimity, which is really, in some ways, what I love about this invitation is that this is body-centered work. This yoga work is working with the body, and the body is really the mind. And when we work with the mind, that influences how we move in the world, how we walk in the world, how we think, how we are in relationship to what life spits in our faces, right? We are in relationship to that. That's working with the mind. That the mind influences the actions of the body. And I just think that it's so important that we learn how to reclaim the territory of this body-mind in ways that help us sit firmly in our seats, heart wide open, without apology, knowing our brilliance, knowing our light, and relaxing with that. So I just want to share a little bit around equanimity, the practice of equanimity, the support that it provides for us to be able to continue to walk every generation. It's like the relay race. I went to Jefferson High School, right? And I was a runner, and I was a part of the relay racing. And we pass the baton. We run so many feet, pass the baton. The next person runs and passes it on. And generationally, we're doing the same thing. We're passing the baton with every action, with every step. So we might as well have some good intention and plant some good seeds as we run and make good use out of this body and mind. And each generation is challenged with elevating the baton, because our ancestors did this running. They've kind of set us up, right? And so now we have the baton, and it's up to us to elevate it, to elevate the tribe. And one of the ways I've found so profound in my own life has been to work with the mind, to work with the heart, and to use that muscle, to ripen that muscle, to be in relationship to, Black pride, and moving with a sense of wisdom and stability and heartfulness as we continue to do the work that must be done. So just to speak a little bit on equanimity, it's the idea, in my tradition of Buddhism, we speak of the Pali word for it is upekkha. And it really is to stand in the middle of all things and to see with patience. Now, sometimes we can't always do this, but a lot of times we can. Just get in your mind the idea of seeing the world through the eyes of patience, seeing the world through the eyes of quietness, of stillness. Doesn't mean that there's not a lot of activity, but it means that we can sit in the center of it. So we're seeing through the eyes of wisdom. We're seeing through the eyes of not being caught. We're bypassing impulsive reactivity when we are ripening this capacity of equanimity. We're seeing with a sense of perspective and spaciousness and ease. So this is what I'd like for us to just kind of introduce our week with and walk with throughout this week, with this sense of inner ease, quietude, a sense of stillness that leads to silence, that leads to deep capacity for listening on the inside from this place of quiet stillness. It's a mind state. Equanimity is a mind state where everything that arises in the mind, every thought, every emotion that arises in the mind is really incidental compared to the space of our minds being open and a sense of at ease. This reminds me of an old African spiritual that we sang there at El Bethel Baptist Church. And it went like this. I shall not be moved. I shall not be moved, just like a tree planted by the water. I shall not be moved. And that's the quality of equanimity. It's like you're just sitting in the center of it, not going to be disturbed by it. It's a hell ride at times, but you're centered. You're centered in it. Your heart and mind is centered. And so that's what we want to practice today. So I am going to guide you here just for a few minutes. I ask you to take a posture, take a seat of dignity that your ancestors would be saying, you got that. Sit up, don't be leaning on the chair, let that spine be straight if you can. And imagine yourself being like a strong mountain, the frame, your body, your skeletal frame, upright and strong and centered. You might want to close your eyes, or you can cast them down. And just begin to notice what it feels like to drop in this way. Just take a moment to know the experience of settling here, of softening. Just imagine your skin softening on your bones. You feel this on the inside. Feel a sense of evenness in the body if you can. Sense of balance. As your head is in the right spot. There's not a lot of tension. Softening your facial muscles, your scalp. Softening your tongue and the root of the tongue. And softening your throat. You might even want to take a swallow here just to soften the muscles in the throat. And feel your shoulders aligned with your hips if you can. Feel a sense of inner balance inside with this alignment. Imagine softening everything in between, the full of the torso, front of the body, the back of the body, the sides. Take a moment to soften the belly. You soften by inviting it, just bringing your awareness there. Awareness does the work. Bring awareness to the belly, the lower back. You feel this on the inside. Letting your arms be soft and relaxed. Feeling the sensations in the arms. Notice the aliveness in the arms all the way down to the fingers, the tips. Bringing your awareness now, your kind awareness to the pelvic region, hips, all those joints that keep us upright, vibrant. Just allow your awareness to really fill up this region of the body, softening, settling. Notice from the inside. Moving down your legs, upper legs, lower legs. Slow awareness, kind awareness, all the way down your feet and toes. Feeling the full volume of your legs on the inside. Noticing the aliveness is there. Relaxing your awareness. The whole body sitting and breathing. Notice the sensation of the breath in the body breathing. Notice the rise and fall of the breath. Maybe you notice this in the belly, both the front and the back, belly and the back. Just notice where your awareness of the breath is. The chest, perhaps, rise and fall of the chest. Feel that on the inside, this body breathing. In this soft body. Bringing your awareness to the stillness in the body and the movement of the breath. Kind awareness, soft awareness, open, kind awareness. Take some time now to just open wide to the stillness and ease in the body and the movement of the breath. Giving that your attention, allowing this to be the priority. Softening, resting, aware. And as the mind thinks, you just let that be a shadow in the background. It's not our priority right now. Right now, we're taking our time to be with the stillness in the body. And the movement of the breath. And allow the breath to be free. No need to control it. Just enjoy it. The body and the breath is always in the present moment. Sounds come and go. Thoughts come and go. It's okay. You're just giving your attention right now to the stillness in the body and the movement of the breath. It's natural for the mind to think. That's its job. The mind's job is to be busy 24/7. That's not a problem. But for now, we're just giving our attention to resting in the body and enjoying the movement of the breath. And I'll offer a few phrases just for you to consider, to let them just wash over you. To continue to reclaim with full intimacy your body, your breath. May I see the world with quiet eyes. May I see the world with quiet eyes. May I remain peaceful and let go of fixation. May I remain peaceful and let go of fixations. Let go of convictions that keep me imprisoned in my mind, in my body. May I let go of that. May I offer my care and wisdom, knowing I can't control the outcome. May I accept that I can't always control the outcome. May I offer my prayers and wisdom without condition, knowing that it may be appreciated or resented or resisted. May I remember, pay homage, and rely on the strength of my ancestors. In these last few moments, let's invite all of our ancestors to join us this week. Imagine them filling in all the spaces between us. The little ones, the elders, the ancient ones. And let's also invite in our family and spiritual friends and teachers, the good-hearted ones, four-legged ones, the flying ones, the swimming ones. Imagine them all snuggled in with us this week, celebrating our life. Imagine them in your arms, close to your heart. Imagine them resting in the stillness of the body, the movement of the breath, the warmth of your heart. And that we're all breathing together, resting together, learning together, growing together, steadying this mind and heart. May we see the world with quiet eyes as we continue to do what must be done. I shall not be moved. I shall not be moved, just like a tree planted by the water. I shall not be moved. Thank you for your kind attention, your presence, your practice. I invite you to open your eyes, return to us. Yeah, and I just would like to open up a little time for any reflections or questions you might have, or anything you want to say about where you are right now, or insights you have on this. It's great to see all of you. And I'll let Jana navigate this piece.
Yes, thank you. Definitely just in the midst of that equanimity that you really emphasized. So thank you for that, Ruth.
Great.
If anyone wants to share any reflections, comments, questions, feel free to do so in the chat here on Zoom. If you are joining us on the live stream on YouTube or Facebook as well, you can type something in and we'll be sure to share it here with you. If you're in the Zoom, you can also feel free to unmute yourself. So we'll give a couple minutes for that.
I grew up in the Black church, so your singing really moved me. My mom was a minister of music for most of my life, and you're singing about like tears to my eyes. It's one of my favorite Bible verses, Psalm 1 verse 3, about the tree planted by the water.
Mm-hmm. Yes, beautiful. Yeah, love that.
Thank you so much for leading us through that meditation. I absolutely love what comparison can be made from thoughts in yoga to other areas of life. So making the comparison to the church and also your voice definitely sounded a little like Patti LaBelle. I absolutely love.
Oh, wait, Patty.
You were giving us Patty today.
Okay, Patty's in the house. Okay.
Yes.
Good. Yeah, my mother had this voice that was so amazing. It was truly transmission. You know, that's what we get with our sound. And in fact, in our closing session, I'm going to be talking about artistry as cultural medicine, just how we use these bodies as liberatory vibrations to help us be with, I think that's how our ancestors did it. They hummed and pat their feet and, you know, use their bodies as medicine for us. Yeah. It's a big compliment to be, that Patty would come up when I'm singing. I'm sorry. Great. Yeah.
Is there one other person here that might want to share any feedback, commentary, love for Ruth?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Ruth. Thank you so
Hi,
much
Curtis.
for the beautiful, beautiful meditation. Hello, Tree Tribe. I feel so grounded and so relaxed. It's just really, really beautiful. Thank you so much. And the singing also, you know, just like Victoria was saying, although I didn't grow up in the church, just this whole idea of we have so much coming at us and to use our practice for equanimity so we won't be moved and distracted. That's a really powerful mantra. And I love the singing. Thank you.
It's good to see you, Curtis. Yeah.
Thank you. It's good to see you. Thank you. And the tree, you know, the solidity of the tree and the deep roots, of course, and this is the tree.
Right.
This wonderful collective effort that I'm just so honored to be a part of. Thank you, Jana.
Yes.
Bowing out.
Bowing out is good.
All right, well,
Yeah.
I want to share appreciation, but before I close it out, do you have any last words or anything, Ruth, for us today?
I would just encourage you throughout this beautiful week that you have, this celebration of just good-heartedness, wise effort that so many of our ancestors gifted us with, that we stay present, continue to use the stillness in the body and the movement of the breath as you're sitting throughout the week, as you're doing the yoga practice, as you're walking during different transition periods, to bring awareness to presence by using the body and the breath, remembering that that's always happening and that we can tune in and settle ourselves with this internal resource, this superpower, this medicine that's always here waiting for us. So just to keep the awareness, keep the pulse on the breath in the body as you move through the week. Yeah. Have a lovely week. I think it's going to be a great time.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much for inviting me. This is blessed, and it feels so good to be with you and to be a part of what you're doing in this beautiful way. This really feels like a homecoming for me. So thank you so much.
That's the biggest compliment that Thank you.
So good.
I know
Yeah.
I will take with me many things, but one for sure, seeing with the eyes of patience, seeing with the eyes of stillness, through the eyes of stillness. So I thank you for your words, for your singing, for your presence, for your sharing, for your love and all that's emanating. Thank you for your nature sounds in the background.
I know, right? It's all good.
So, and I want to invite everyone here to join Ruth King one more time next Monday. She'll be closing us out as well, just as she's getting us started. So that will happen this same time, 1 week from today, next Monday at 8.
Right.
And also this evening, we have restorative yoga with Diane Bondi. So please come out and enjoy that restorative evening as well, as we just continue in the spirit of celebration and just coming together and feeling into our own truth and presence.
Yeah.
So today, one of Black Liberation Week. Thank you, Ruth King, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Jana. Thanks for everyone and all your good efforts. We'll see you soon.
See you
All
soon.
right.
Have a
All
lovely
right.
day.
Bye-bye, y'all.